Good day to all of our fellow fans out there in the disc golf universe. Welcome to the Wolfpack Disc Fantasy Disc Golf Pro Tour Recap Show. Here's your favorite host, Brian Papa Wolf
I don't
Frawley.
know if I'm the host, but I do appreciate that intro. Cameron Rhodes looking good,
Only the
looking in outer
host.
space as usual. I like to see that. Zachary, happy birthday. That's the least of my actual positives towards you, though. My number one positive is that shirt is by far the coolest thing that I've ever seen you wear, or maybe even own outside of the sun that you created. So, well done, on the shirt. Happy birthday to you. I hope that you've had a wonderful day.
Thank
Looking
you very
fly,
much.
bro. Looking fly. Oh, and Brian loves poker too, so
Oh
you
yeah,
got it
yeah,
right there.
you're playing in the strengths right now. Speaking of playing in the strengths, let me tap this quick thing that says share my screen. I can do that for you. Oh, and then look, we go right to the standings, and it's weird because I'm still on top. Even though there was, and everyone was, talking to me all week about how great their team was going to be. And then, I have 84 wins, and so far through this season, I have seven losses just for that. Just seven times I've been beaten.
What's up?
I have 13 chances to lose every event, and only seven times I've lost. So that's me gloating. And now I'm over the gloat. I'm ready to talk about Cascade. I have a complaint about Cascade, which I feel like Zach is either going to agree with me or be on the so far opposite end that it's going to cause an issue. So I'm going to lead right into that.
Let's do it.
The Northeast is a beautiful place. Northwest, sorry, Northeast is beautiful too.
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with the Northeast, but Northwest, I can't say I have been in that fancy rainforest they got out there with the rain and the greens and the ferns and the big trees and stuff. It was beautiful. It was fun to watch. My complaint, and I'm looking right into the camera. No one watches this from DGN, but in case someone does, DGN, the coverage of where the disc was landing this week was absolutely atrocious. Now I
Terrible.
realize that it is impossible, especially hole 11, 12, 13. I get it. You can't have nine cameramen on a course off in the woods waiting for ricochets. I get it. But I would say I watched 80% of the coverage. That's a good amount for both FPO and MPO. Obviously, I had kids running around, things like that, but 80% of the coverage. I don't know if I saw 20% of the finishes on holes 11, 12, and 13. That was tough to know where people were. And maybe it's because 12 was a new hole and I was unfamiliar with it because the last two times I've watched it. So I
Right.
realized there's a lot of excuses that I could come up with or whatever. But Zach, was I wrong to be so sad and angry at the landing, or were you also sad and angry that you didn't get to see enough finishes? Because I love watching finish.
Yeah, because context matters a ton. As a post-production person, I totally get that. If you don't have context, it's hard to follow or feel for a story. Are you in circle? Are you putting? 100%. Like, I don't think you are wrong to feel upset for not seeing the finishes. My take, because I noticed this as well, especially during round two. But my initial reaction to it was I was shocked to see how ungroomed some of the fairway were or was within that stretch, where it's like these towering bushes just off the fairway, where you see Rebecca Cox throw a disc and it's turning over, and then you're like, is that towards the basket or not? And it's like the fairway isn't shaped for me to know if that's the right direction or not. And so I think some of that isn't the camera work. It's literally being in the best position that if she gets the bullseye, they'll get it. And if it's not in the bullseye, you lose some context. And that's a decision you have to make in a tough course. It makes me think a little bit of like Northwood Blacks because sometimes they're going to be in a stretch where it's like it kicks off and you're like, where'd that end up? Especially, I think it's like 12, 13, the dog leg,
Yes.
where it's like,
Yep.
I have no idea if that's 40 feet in or just on the edge and they still could scramble a birdie. We don't know until we kind of see them get there. But I get the feeling. I don't think you can put all of that on DGN specifically. I think that has a lot to do with the course. It seemed difficult to record. Um, And so they're just doing the best they can. So I don't know if I can blame them a whole lot, but I do understand your feeling of wishing to see the context because it's really part of the enjoyability of watching disc golf coverage.
Richard, as my
Well,
unofficial lawyer, and Cameron, we're going to get to you in 1 second, but Richard, as my unofficial lawyer, um, can I blame DGN since they are the one producing the product that I'm watching?
um, no, I think this is the best form of disc golf is when they have to go through the woods and everything else. And
Oh, I'm
like,
not denying that. I'm not denying that.
so how do you view that, or how do you video that when you're back there? Like Zach, you've run the camera many times, but like it's just they're smacking off trees going one way or the other, and I just enjoy the fact that I don't know where it's at, and then you'll see like, oh, okay, they're in the shit over here, or they're over here, um, and they have to scramble, and seeing their scramble shots is very fun for me also because I am in the
I'm not
woods a lot.
denying seeing the. I just want to know where it finishes. Is that too much to ask?
I mean, got to get better spotters. I don't know.
It's not the spotters. It's the product that I'm watching. If I can see 80% of the shots start, but only see 20% of them finish, that's a challenge for that
So
product. Cameron, what am I doing wrong here? Am I doing anything wrong?
I do agree with you. So I watched the match play, right? You could not see where the discs were going. They were doing completely trash. DGN was trash with the match play. Like I literally watched 5 holes. And I was like, they're not even showing where the discs are going before it smacks a tree, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And then I ended up finally getting home. I finally got to watch the final round, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, with being on that course, it's kind of hard to predict where you're going to see half the shots go because of the bad tree kicks. And the greenery out there is huge.
Yes, you are number one, not only in our program but in our hearts.
I guess my one reaction to this would be, so what is your alternative uh fix to this? Because
Oh,
so
oh,
like
thank you. I was waiting for the
the
follow-up.
only fix I can think of that even gets remotely close to what you would want to see is to remove a cameraman off of the chase. So not to have two cameras on chase, put someone in the middle of the fairway to film tree kicks. You're not going to get a ton of context because it's going to be zooming into some bush in the middle of the fairway. We don't know where that person is. And so let's say we can't do that. Let's keep the people on catch, take the person off the green, put them in the middle, and then all of a sudden you see Paige Pierce pure a line, and then the whole crowd goes, "Whoa!" Oh, and you go, "Well, what are we woeing? I didn't see it hit the basket. I didn't see it park. What happened?" Or you see the crowd go,
What's his
I was
name?
like, we don't know what anything happened. So if you remove them from the prime position where you are expecting professionals to put the disc, and they're not there when they do it, we're going to criticize it. If you put them in the fairway where you see kicks and you still don't get a ton of context, and then someone does get in the center, we'll criticize it even more because we're not going to see it. So I don't think they're really in a win-win situation on a course that's this difficult
I,
or turned out to be this difficult to film.
Zach, you proved my point for me by your closing statement. It's the course. So I have to put on my executive hat real quick, okay? And I might not be the exec of the Disc Golf Pro Tour, but if I'm the exec of DGN at that point, I'd look at Disc Golf Pro Tour and say, I realize they're the same thing. Okay, I understand this, but like just play along with me at home, okay, right now. Like I look at the Disc Golf Pro Tour and be like, our crew's not going to film that again because we put out a subpar product. Just from the what our job is to produce and to show, we can do as good a job as allowed because of that. Now, your technical solution, putting the problem solver hat on is you got a drone. It might be annoying for the players. Put it 30 feet up in the air behind the person throwing. Give me a different angle. I don't care. You're paying for it, and the drone shots this weekend suck because you can't see through the canopy anyways. So put the drone in the canopy and let
Or you
us
can put it.
see.
That
Go
would be
ahead.
fun.
I was gonna say you could put it like down the fairway too, up pointed at them so you could see. I mean, that could
I'll
be another solution.
I'll just say in response, because I'm assuming nobody here has a drone license,
I
that
mean, not anymore after the
there
one time.
there are legal problems with what you're proposing in that regard. There could be, just saying. So like I don't even know if
All
that's a
right, so we'll take
legal
the drone
possible
out of it,
fix.
and we'll
Hmm.
take the
What if
fixed hole 18 camera or fixed hole 1 T camera
Sure.
and put it up a tree 30 feet facing from T down so you can see stuff. There, that's my other solution.
It's just again, it's a logistical nightmare. How do you mount it up there? How do you cable that? Again,
Richard knows
I'm
how to
not
mount.
I'm not mad or even disagreeing with the statement you're saying. It's like I wish we got more context. I wish it was filmed better. If anything, if I'm DGN, I'm giving so much feedback to the course people to say this is unfilmable in these ways. These need to be fixed. Fairways need to be trimmed. Whatever the case may be, you give feedback to say if we're going to come back, these things need to happen for our product not to suffer. And I think that's the next best step. If they just go back blindly and they're like, well, we're going to do it again, I mean, then you can sit there and argue saying they're not doing enough or they're not petitioning for enough or whatever. But like, I think they're filming something. They're going to see it for the first time. It's not going to be perfect. I think they did the best they could, but I get the complaint 100%. But I am definitely on the defense here for DGN. You're right. I love this topic, though. It's a good topic. Good thing to start off today.
I do think they need to clean up the course, like take a couple trees out here and there, clean up those bushes. I think that would probably help with the filming because a lot of it, like he said, the tall bushes, you can't. It's kind of hard. You can't see anything half the shots, like 20% of the finish.
Maps keep going
Well,
down to see me, Brian. I'm at the bottom.
Do
what I
we?
was gonna say is Cam, while you're talking here, just
Mhm.
just looking here real quick, you came in third place this weekend. Nice job, buddy.
Even with Austin Turner screwing me
Well, I don't know
and
if he
Gavin
physically
dropping
did, but
some,
we'll find
yeah,
out.
yeah, Gavin dropping 2 holes into the round,
at least
but
your players played the tournament?
That is
yeah,
true.
I,
Rich, don't worry. We're gonna get to you in a
Yeah,
second, but
I did.
ridiculous.
On on
Cam,
tournament
non-rostered
training.
players should count worse against your field.
oh, we're gonna make it unbelievably challenging next year. You're gonna have to pick up out of the free agents,
Big
and
agreement. Big
yeah.
agreement.
But Cam, you're sitting here nice in second place to me in
Mhm.
the whole conference or contest, I should say, and you've got a full squad going next week at Kona Piche Day. Confidence got to be high, Cameron, that you're gonna come in second place here.
I think. Well, I think with who I picked, like half the players I've never even heard of, I was like, let's get the highest rated players. Let's get a few women in there. I was like, let's see what we can do. I have high confidence. I think I'll come back and get you there. I might be getting close to you.
Well, that's the strategy. At least you have players playing. Unlike Richard last week at the Cascade Challenge, he put in his Kona Piche Day lineup early, it looks like, and threw some players in there and got to some neg 50s. Bold strategy to go 1 and 12 and drop pretty far down to sixth place or seventh place in the league. Dick, what's the recovery plan here?
Well, I don't know how I have such a good team, but only three of them are in this tournament. Like,
Because you didn't
where are these
check.
guys playing? Well, I know that much. Like, I just didn't want to replace Silva Sarnen with somebody that's going to play in this tournament because I'm going to lose her the rest of the year. I
To
didn't
answer
want
your
to.
question, Richard, by the way, where they were playing was many of the Innova sponsored players were playing the Las Vegas Challenge this weekend.
Yeah, fair, but I mean, that's just I knew going into the week I was going to take a hit. I knew I was going to get a good kick in the nuts, and that's fine. But I'm not giving up my good players for some scrubs that are playing the Cascade Open and then lose them all to you guys. So
He just felt bad for Zach. He just wanted to be at the bottom with him.
no, I sacrificed a week and I'll be fine. I'm not worried still. Like I'm still going to be top in the
Top
whole
what?
challenge. The last
Top
last
half?
few
You're gonna
weeks,
say you're gonna be top half?
no, I was gonna say top three.
You think you're gonna end of the year in the top three?
Yes, yeah. What am I still six after getting like 200 points this
Ooh,
week?
can we have a side bet on that?
That's fine. I'll
I'll
take
I'll
it.
put it. I'll put an extra 15 in.
Also, didn't know I'd get minus 50 points for everyone that didn't start. So
Well,
that's my fault.
yeah, that is your fault. Zachary tried the same strategy. He's like, you know what? I feel Chris Dickerson is going to win a tournament this weekend. And you know what? Zach was right. Unfortunately, Chris played a
That was
local
Cascade.
B
nice.
tier in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Congrats to him. He took it down, getting ready for
Yeah.
Texas or Tennessee State's coming up next weekend.
Uh,
But showing some West Michigan love, starring Garrett and Nicholas as well. Or sorry, Nick Gill, showing some West Michigan love. And then Garrett Gerthy, where was he playing, Zach?
he dropped.
Oh, so
So so
he just
so
didn't
here's
play.
the thing. Here's the thing, right? I don't think I even did Dick's strategy. I had two slots that were still going to play at some point, and then I like stopped tracking it because I'm life. And then I
Yeah.
come back and I saw the list and they like dropped Garrett and Nick. I'm like, well, now it is this strat because I can't do anything about it. Like they're just done. Um, so like I don't think I was trying to give the week away, but after the drops were, I'm definitely not going to abandon players to pick up 1001 rated players to try to put them in the slots.
Exactly.
I
Well,
do
I
think that
did,
should
and I
change.
won.
Yeah, you took Clay Edwards, who's been playing on tour. I'm not even gonna get to this. I already had. Don't get me started on Clay Edwards.
I'm just gonna say I picked up people the last 2 weeks that I didn't know. Colin Bryant and Jason Lawson. And I dropped players. Greg Barsby I threw away. Emily Weatherman I threw away. She's already
Oh,
on your
what
team,
a
Zach.
what a huge
Yeah,
loss you just
she
had
was
there.
awful.
They're
Yep.
terrible.
It's
Yeah,
weird. It's like I'm looking at this as a GM and not just a guy that likes
yeah.
to watch people throw frisbees.
Hey,
Richard. So if you notice that I was still 12-1 this week with that strategy, Zachary.
person who's 13-0 didn't roster a person.
The person that went 13-0 didn't roster a person.
Correct. They took a -50 for a player not in the field. Just so you're aware, I was
Well,
tracking that.
that'll
I
happen.
don't
How do I
I don't
look at
remember who it
that?
was.
Well, that's the wrong button. Man, it'd be really cool if Zach ran the computer and I didn't have to do this part. All right, so it wasn't me. It wasn't. Let's see if it was
Go to
Joel.
live scoring.
Go to live scoring. It's not going to
No,
look the same.
no, yeah, they were just in the lead. I think it's the same person.
Alex? Alex didn't start a player last week.
Pretty sure. When I looked at it, they
He
only had
started
four rostered
Ezra, Jake,
MPS.
Luke, and Connor, who all played.
Scroll down.
Evan?
Sarah Hokum.
Yeah, but they only had Sarah Hokum. I didn't see two FPOs.
Well, let's see how it looks in the score. We're learning together as we speak, friends.
It's the only thing that I find weird that the live scoring does not put -50 on players actively that in the event. It just says 0. And then if you go to the standings where you're at right now, it
Yeah.
will put an accurate number out there and tell you where your standing is.
Yeah, so when I watched live scoring all
Well, I
weekend, I
mean,
didn't realize I
Yeah,
was down
Henna
200
wasn't in the
points.
event.
so he
Henna,
got a -50 for that.
correct. I'm saying he got first place for not rostering a person, and I like understanding. I'm advocating for me to take a bigger hit here. I think that next year we should put the point system so that if you put a rostered player not in the event, you take a much bigger negative hit.
You would like a
Huge.
hit harder than 50 is what
Negative
you're saying.
200. Negative 200.
So it
I
forces you to take a person like I did.
yes. I'd
Like
rather
a,
take a -5 than a -200 and force people to throw people into the trade circle and cause chaos. 100%.
Okay, well, we'll see how the chaos works out for him next week when Ezra, Luke, Jake, Connor, Evan, and Sarah aren't playing Kona Day. So what is that?
It's an Oreo ball.
Bite into
Listen,
it.
this is like 9 weeks in a row of you bragging about some delicious treat. But yet, Richard, have you received any treats?
no, I haven't.
I haven't received any treats. Birthday boy, have you received any treats?
No.
How about if you guys come down to USDGC, I'll bring some.
Well, here's some disappointing news for that. Richard and I play in one of the longest standing super fun match play events that weekend that we will never not play in that event. So sorry.
That same weekend?
Oh yes.
Mustard.
Oh.
Gotta put your mustard on the hot dog. Anyways, Zach, what are you doing next week when they go to Kona Day?
I've already got my roster set. I've already
That's
changed
what
over to my
I'm coming to
European
look.
players. Yep. Also, just so you know, this is the first event where our first place finisher didn't have at least 1,000 points, and based on that, they didn't even have 800 points in first place. 735, I think.
Yeah, well, put in a scrub lineup, and I took second. So you
I
guys got to
know.
try harder. That's what I'm trying to say here. Hey, speaking of that, I offer you the most amazing opportunity right now.
Who, me?
No, all three of you.
Oh, okay.
I am currently up by a lot of points.
A ton. Points don't matter. Record.
Sure. Well, I'm 84-7 is that record.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I would consider
A redraft.
a redraft.
Did you not read my group text? I said that's a great idea next year is to do the first half of the season, do a redraft where the positions draft in that order.
Richard still thinks he's going to come in top three, so he doesn't want to redraft.
We don't need your pity. Fuck off.
I was just giving you the opportunity to maybe make a little bit of your money back because I'm
We'll do a
going to take
different
all.
league, but I still want to win this one.
All right,
Don't worry, Ross.
I'll start a
Me,
second league.
me and
You,
Puppy will
me,
take
Cam,
everybody's
and
money.
Zach. We can start our own four-person league and see who can really roster the best
Okay.
roster each week.
Oh, that's gonna go really, really interestingly.
Yeah,
it's freaking
Cam
great
can name
shit.
his team Innova since he likes USA DGC so much, and Dick can name his team Discraft because he likes Bob so much, and Zach can be Team DGA, and I'll be Team Gateway, and we'll see which major manufacturer can win by drafting the right players.
I need to get up with y'all and make a plan for coming up y'all's way and play like a tournament.
Well, there's only let's see, 19 a weekend right now in the summer, so
Well, guess
you'll
what,
be able to.
Cam? You can't go on an airplane.
Oh yeah, true.
There's
Not
only
with
Worlds
that
next
attitude.
year.
Well,
Yeah,
he
Richard,
he
you're
didn't
not
update
going
his
to
driver's
Worlds.
license.
Richard, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you're not going to Worlds next year.
I'm gonna watch it.
You can watch it from Ludington, Michigan.
No.
You're not going to miss the 30th
So dumb.
anniversary
I
of
know.
our state championship
I
because
know.
they can't read a schedule and they put Worlds on the same weekend. Don't look at us.
So dumb.
It is dumb, but it's not your or my fault. So we'll be in Ludington cheering on
Mm.
everyone on the other side of the state. But yeah, so nobody wants to just pay me now and then we'll start over?
Mm-mm.
What about the top three placements?
Yeah, I'll take 80%. You can have 15 and Joel can have 5.
That don't seem
Mm-mm.
fair.
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm definitely not losing to Cam.
Well,
You better
Richard,
accept it because
he's
you're too
18
far.
wins ahead of you and
Yeah, that's
5
cool.
places currently.
That's nothing. That's like 2 weeks.
All right, well, I guess we'll see after Kona Piche Day. I'm excited to. I should put it in my lineup right now.
You're
have-
you're
Oh, I picked up some.
I have Nicolas and Silva back next week, so fuck
you
you
should
guys.
definitely drop Marweed.
Mm-mm.
drop him.
Yeah.
I'll pick him up right now. I mean, yeah, drop him.
Well, Zach, he would definitely text me first, and I would steal him, but that's fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You like you need the help.
Well, yeah, I'm not undefeated. I have been feated.
Bryce just needs to give me his whole team.
He's been
since
feated
he-
many times.
Feated twice today already.
Oh God.
Anyways, where's Bryce, by the way, Richard? Does he no longer like to come on the camera?
He's just sad. He's just sad about his team mostly.
Oh, he's got a little embarrassment going on.
But
Well,
he just
I'm gonna
won,
see.
though.
I'm gonna see Bryce this weekend. Maybe we can figure something out. Hey, Zach, what time is Kona Piche Day? It's like wicked early, right? Like 3 a.m. for
3:30
women's.
a.m.
I'm sleeping.
I don't
Let's put it
think
that
I'm
way.
gonna see too much of that unless Richard keeps me up past my bedtime each day. But
Looking
Zach
for
proposed a
post
question in
Ooh.
the group chat, and we've got a few minutes left, and no one watches past this point anyway. So right now you can say pretty much whatever you want. But where does
Okay.
Missy rank all time with the FBO players now that she is the most money made on tour? Cameron, I'll start with you. Where is Missy all time for you?
Second place all time.
Ooh, wow. All time. So who's ahead of her?
Has to be Kristen.
Okay, you are so young. We're gonna move on to Richard. Richard, where do you put Missy? Is Missy in your Mount Rushmore?
No. I'm
No?
gonna ballpark it like 7 to 10. in my list.
7
I'd
to
have to,
10. Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna get some backup debates here in a second. Zachary, is Missy in your Mount Rushmore?
No, but I think she's getting closer to that conversation just in terms of her success. She needs a world championship to get there, in my opinion. But she's definitely shown what I will call Calvin Heimberg success on tour. She has won across the stage, on the big stage, not the biggest one at Worlds, but she's won Elite Series. She's won some major, I think she's won a major, right? So she's won across the stage. She just hasn't won that big title that we give the most credit for, and she has the most money now to back it up. I think she has to be trickling up that leaderboard. I don't know if I put her at 7, maybe a little above that, but I'd have to really look down the list. But I think she's creeping into that Rushmore conversation for some people.
All right, Cameron, please make your arguments for why Missy is ranked higher all times over Paige Pierce, Juliana Korver, Elaine
Yeah.
King, Des Redding. Please let me know your arguments. Go.
Oh boy, Paige, she's never gonna be the same.
Give me Katrina Allen.
Yep.
Like,
two-time
who's
world
that?
champion. Sarah Holcomb,
Val,
two-time world champion.
Val Jenkins, Sarah, yeah.
Multiple-time
Like,
world
that?
champion.
Okay,
I'd,
okay.
I'd still take Owen.
Val, I would put up Mount Rushmore. Des, maybe. Elaine King, nah, terrible, terrible. But no,
Okay.
Missy's definitely Mount Rushmore. I think
Missy's-
even without a world title.
Top 4?
Even without a world title.
Come
I mean,
on, dude.
Wow.
So bad. No.
That might be the hottest take we've ever had on any of our shows. So, hey, good. Hey,
I
at
can't
least you
believe
own
the
it.
7th place and the 10th place is hating on me.
I mean, the guy that's in first place is a little shocked that you too. But hey, by the way, Zach, Missy has won a major. In case you forgot 3 weeks ago, she won Champions Cup.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, duh.
I thought was it the U.S. Women's?
She also won 2024 U.S.
For
Women's.
women's.
She
That's what I was
has
thinking about. I wasn't even thinking about this year.
she has 48 career wins. She
Gross.
has made over $300,000. It's tough. Richard, I know why you're gonna pick Paige,
What the hell?
but tell me this question: is
I'll
Kristen
answer
ranked
it.
higher than Missy?
Money?
What?
Is Kristen ranked higher
She's
in the
number one.
history? Okay, so you think she's number one? That's a story for another time, Zach. We'll calm yourself down. Put a napkin on your forehead.
He's
You're okay.
sweating.
I'm not sweating at all. It's
So
her
you
and
have
Paige
Kristen
right
and
now.
Paige ahead of Missy.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
100%.
who would your next person be?
I'd say Holland Hanley right now, honestly. I'd take her over Misty Gannon any day.
We're not building a franchise. We're looking
I'm
backwards
saying.
into our career right now.
I think Misty's won a lot of $40,000 events. And so she's got the money. But if you look at rankings and ratings, if you look back at those, I don't think Missy Gannon's ever been top 5 rated player in the women's side. I don't think. I'm just saying. If I'm wrong, tell me. But
you're
I don't
wrong
think
on that. She's never been top 5. I think she's 4 right now or 3. So
in rating,
in ranking, RANKING,
no, I'm talking
as far as
PDGA rating.
Yes.
well, she's only 110 points higher than you. So
Oh shit!
she's 985.
Mm-hmm.
So Missy is 985 with 48 career wins, sorry, and $366,000. Holland Hanley is 991 rated, 31 career wins, $190,000.
Owen Scoggins probably too.
That was my secret argument, Richard. I didn't know if
Yeah.
anyone was going to get to that.
No, I know. That's why I kept saying I'd take Owen over her right now.
I don't know if I would, but here's my
She's
thing.
always
Owen
top
already
5.
has Worlds. It's a Masters World, so it's an asterisk to Zach, but it's
Not
a
worried about
major. She has other majors, so I'm not worried about that.
Denise Sexton's got 2 majors. I'm good with it.
Yeah. It's It's tough for me to look at. It's how do you quantify things? Like, is Bill Russell the best basketball player of all time because he has the most championships? Me
Right.
as a Celtics fan would tell you yes. 99% of all basketball fans outside of there
No.
would say no.
Definitely
So then
not.
you toss up, okay, well, what do you really count as how we rank these individuals? So
Yeah.
I think Richard and I have made this discussion multiple times. We often start with world championships. We often do, both of us, with all things. So it'd be hard for me not to put Paige or Juliana or Kristen ahead of her. So that already puts her in fourth on my list right away. It's a great question, Zach. It's a great question. Hey, Cameron, I got a great Homer question for you. Are you ready?
Oh boy.
Is Discraft the best team in disc golf right now?
Are we talking like competitive play or are we talking about marketing?
I don't know because we just had a very similar argument to Missy. So, I mean, how do you say who is the best? Is it
I
money
will
brought in?
I will say I think
Is it Tour
Discraft
Series
has
discs sold?
I think Discraft overall, even though I'm on Discraft, I think they have the best team and they have the best selling points with all of these new discs. Uh, and you got like guys like Paul, AB, which has the best, probably, I think he has the best jerseys on the Pro Tour.
Who cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dick, is Discraft the best team?
Yes,
Why?
because look at all of them. Like they have, it's either them or Discmania. If you can include
Okay, so
Innova and Discmania,
Richard would like you to know that he would just like you to look at them, and Zach would like you to, or Cameron would like you to look at their jerseys. That's why they're the best team. Zachary, do you have anything outside of clothing and looking to prove your point or not prove your point that Discraft's the best team?
I think they are. I think if you look at roster wise, if we're looking at team members, Paul Macbeth, Ricky Wysocki, Anthony Barella, Ezra Robinson, you already have a beyond stacked MPO field. Paige Pierce is on the rise again on FPO. You have a solid team. If you were just to take Team Discraft to Europe, they wouldn't embarrass themselves. That's ridiculous to say out loud. Okay. And then on the marketing side of it, I don't think another company has done a better job in terms of growth and marketing than Discraft has. The only one you could argue is Innova, but in terms of Innova, they've been so well established so long, some of that is just being pre-established, not necessarily marketing, in my opinion. But like Ezra Robinson was a very well unknown personality. He comes out and he's like was it Peach Pirate or whatever?
Beach
What's it called?
Pirate.
Peach
Pete
Pirate,
Summitt.
right? Didn't know that at all. Talked about it for 2 weeks. About I didn't even know he. What's the pirate thing about? About someone that I had no interest in learning about. Now I am, right? They've done a better job in marketing their players, marketing their brand. And to Cam's point, talk about lineup. I can't think of a disc that Discraft has come up with. Uh, You might argue individually, but in lineup that they've produced since Paul's come over, especially the Paul and Page lineup, where I've thought their disc has come out and it's just been awful. Like they brought the Luna, it elevated their lineup. They brought back the RW-0325-P, the new Ricky Proto. That thing is going to elevate their lineup. They brought in the Zeus. They brought in all these discs since that's come over, and their lineup has improved, which is part of the reason the marketing has improved as well and competing better with Innova. It just doesn't seem to me that they've made all the right moves. They've reserved the money that they needed to, and now they have this stacked team and they're hoping to capitalize on it right now and hopefully into the future as well. I just don't see a comparison with anyone
And
else.
another thing, Discraft has retooled some of their stuff and crafted the same molds and altered them to make different lineups for those discs, either more overstable or more understable. Like take the Venom, they retooled that what 2 years ago,
No,
and
they
then
the original Venom and the current Venom are very similar. It's the Venom in
yeah,
between that was terrible.
uh,
As a guy that used to be able to throw a forehand, used to, used
you
to.
still do. You
and
just
then
gotta.
and then
You
the
don't have the power
cigar.
forehand anymore. You got the touch one now.
Yeah. Well, we've got only a few minutes left, so I'm going to interject here real quick. In my personal opinion, when it comes to the teams, in fourth place, it is Innova Discs. Innova Champion Discs, sorry. In third place is MVP Axiom Streamline, because Simon's blog alone is worth all the marketing that everyone does at Innova, all of the players. Simon is worth all of the players at Innova, in my opinion.
And
that
Eagle.
includes Nate Sexton's Firebird. Like, I'm just saying. Yeah, Eagle's great too. Silver's great too. Cool, great. Sarah's awesome. Yeah. All those things.
Sure.
Let's look at economics here. Simon's blog is huge. So that leaves us with 2 left. And in second place, in my opinion, is Discraft. It is Discraft. They're my hometown team. I love them. Don't get me wrong. They are my favorite everything. I cheer for them before I cheer for anything else. It's not too hard to find a Discraft logo here behind me or on my head. But the number 1 team, and you all missed the easy home run here, just like I win every week. It's an easy home run.
Wolfpack Disc.
Nope. It's House of Discs.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's House of Discs team. You can argue any way you want, but at the end of the day, all that money ends up in the same bank accounts. So I'll take Latitude 64's West Side, I'll take Discmania, and I'll take anyone else that they want to put together with me, because I'll take all of that quantity over Simon's quality, if you will. That's the easy description for me. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. It's nothing but a joy to leave the 3 other people on this call puzzled, upset, and downright angry at me, just like they look when they look at the stats on Sunday night after their team loses. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you after Konapiste.
Wait, I get to sign off. Everyone, thanks for coming out and listening to the Wolfpack Disc PGA podcast, hosted by a Tapple Wolf.
That wasn't even right. This is the fantasy one. This isn't the PJ one. And you're so dumb.